All right, folks, let's talk assessments. We've all been there, right? Sitting through those long meetings, trying to stay awake as someone drones on about data and metrics, nodding along to terms like key findings and actionable insights, hoping it all makes sense by the end. But here's the thing, assessments aren't just about generating fancy reports to gather dust on a shelf. They're meant to drive change. They're about making things better, improving processes and achieving goals. Think of it like this, you go to the doctor for a checkup, they poke and prod, run some tests and give you a diagnosis. Now, imagine if you just took that diagnosis, folded it up neatly and stuffed it in your sock drawer. Sounds ridiculous, right? That's basically what you're doing if you don't implement the recommendations from your assessments. You're ignoring valuable information. Actionable insights are the name of the game. These insights are not just words on paper, they are the key to unlocking potential. We're talking about those golden nuggets of information that tell you what's working, what's not, and where you can make improvements. These insights are like a roadmap to program success. They guide your decisions, help you prioritize resources, and ultimately allow you to achieve better outcomes. But here's the kicker. Insights are only as good as the action they inspire. Without action, they are just wasted potential. They guide your decisions, help you prioritize resources, and ultimately allow you to achieve better outcomes. But it doesn't stop there. But here's the kicker. Insights are only as good as the action they inspire. If you're not willing to take those findings and turn them into tangible changes, then you've wasted everyone's time and money. If you're not willing to take those findings and turn them into tangible changes, then you've wasted everyone's time and money. And let's be honest, nobody wants to be the one explaining that to the higher-ups, right? And let's be honest, nobody wants to be the one explaining that to the higher-ups, right? So let's make sure we take those insights and turn them into real, impactful actions. Remember that checkup analogy? It's a simple yet powerful way to understand the importance of assessments. Well, let's say the doctor told you you had high cholesterol. This is a critical piece of information for your health. Ignoring that information doesn't make it go away. It just sits there waiting to cause trouble. It just increases your risk of a heart attack down the line, a risk that could have been managed. The same principle applies to assessments in any field, whether it's healthcare, business, or public services. Those gaps, inefficiencies, or issues highlighted in your reports. They're not just numbers or words on a page. Those are your warning signs, flashing bright and clear. Ignoring them won't make them magically disappear. In fact, it often makes the situation worse. They'll likely fester and grow, creating bigger, more complex problems down the road, problems that could have been nipped in the bud. Let's say an assessment of your public health program reveals that a significant portion of your target population lacks access to essential services. This is a critical issue. Brushing that aside is like ignoring a ticking time bomb. The consequences are inevitable. You might be lucky for a while, but eventually that lack of access will lead to poorer health outcomes, increased healthcare costs, and a whole lot of avoidable suffering. The ripple effects are far-reaching. And let's not forget about the financial implications. Ignoring problems doesn't make them go away. It often makes them more expensive to fix in the long run. Think about it. A small investment in addressing a minor issue now could save you a mountain of cash and headaches down the line. It's a proactive approach, so the next time you receive an assessment, don't just file it away. Take action. Your future self and your budget will thank you. Accountability. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? How do we bring it to life in our daily operations? In the context of assessments, it's about taking responsibility for the findings and demonstrating that you're committed to making things right. It's about owning up to the results, whether they are good or bad. When you act on assessment results, you're sending a clear message. We're listening, we care, and we are dedicated to improvement, and we're doing something about it. This proactive approach shows that we're not just paying lip service to the idea of accountability. This not only builds trust with your stakeholders, including those pesky taxpayers, but also strengthens your credibility as an organization. Think about it, when stakeholders see that you are willing to take action based on feedback, they are more likely to believe in your mission and vision. Would you trust an organization that constantly talks about improvement but never seems to take action based on their own assessments? Probably not. Actions speak louder than words. On the other hand, an organization that demonstrates a willingness to learn, adapt, and hold itself accountable. Now that's an organization you can get behind. It's a place where people want to work and stakeholders want to invest. And let's not forget about the internal benefits. Accountability fosters a positive work environment. When you make accountability a core value, you create a culture of continuous improvement. This culture encourages everyone to strive for excellence. Staff are more likely to take ownership of their work, knowing that their efforts are valued and that their feedback will be taken seriously. This sense of ownership leads to higher job satisfaction and better overall performance.